Hi, Daniel. Hi, Pedro. I'm Ezelle from the upcoming. It's really lovely to speak to you today about this fantastic new film, Awareness. How are you both?
Very well, thank you. Thank you
Very
for
happy.
joining us today.
The same, very happy to be here with you.
Oh, thank you. So, Daniel, maybe I could start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about what the film Awareness is all about? What can viewers kind of expect when they watch this?
Well, basically, this is a story about, the emotional journey of a kid that has been, kind of stuck in a box through his childhood and eventually finds out that, part of his life has been manipulated somehow. And he's going to break through that barrier and trying to find out what his true origin is and what is he capable of. He will find challenges across his journey. He will become, a mature man in the end of the film in terms of, trying to understand that he's been placed in the middle of a war that he's not prepared to take in, and he's gonna have to make some tough choices and face new challenges he was not prepared to.
And Pedro, for you, can you tell us a bit about what your character's role is in this and how you kind of prepared for that? And what was kind of the appeal of the script when you got it? What drew you to want to play this part?
Well, I was in the mountain when I received the script, and I was in a kind of retire, and I read awareness. Okay, first, and after I was with a friend, and his little son is called Ian, and I felt that, oh, this is a sign. I have to play it. More than that, I loved the first moment when I entered in contact with the energy of the script. I would like to play a science fiction movie, no, but this. This story around the power and the difficulty to sustain the power, the fear, the ambition, move me because I think that it's a mirror from the reality, in front of the reality. At the same time, it's pure entertainment, and I love this kind of balance.
Oh, thank you. And so, Dan, what was it about the particular story that kind of drew you in? I believe you actually worked on the script as well, obviously with Ivan Ledesma. So, can you tell us a little bit about where the story came from? Because you can kind of see all these different genres running through it, and you can kind of I can pick up things like The Matrix and John Wick. There's sort of elements of all these other kind of action and sci-fi kind of films running through it. So, what was the appeal of creating this story?
Yeah, I think that one thing related to what he has right mentioned right now, which is, there's a line that defines the film, which is that power is not achieved with technology, with money, or with knowledge. It's achieved by creating a lie and becoming invisible and forcing people to do what you want them to do. I think that's the metaphor of what's happening these days. I mean, that you put, News Channel 1 and the same story in News Channel 3 is completely the opposite. I mean, how can it be? That's because people understand the same event with their own, interpretation through their own eyes and through their own lens. And I think that was something worth exploring because in this film, that you have a lot of grayscale. Not everyone is who they say they are, and everyone kind of has some kind of certainty to what they say. I mean, it's all very legitimate from their point of view. The problem is which is your point of view. And I think that was something appealing that translated to this kind of movie with the emotional journey of Ian, try to wrap it around with all these action and sci-fi scenes to make it, appealing for a broader audience. I think that was something that was very appealing for me at the beginning.
Hmm. And Pedro, see, essentially the film, like you said, kind of, as a broader thing, it really deals with family in whatever capacity that kind of is in this and what it means. It's deeply rooted in this film and explored. What was it like working with Carlos as your son in and building that kind of relationship on the screen and that dynamic together?
Well, the point here is that I am playing a love story, hyper toxical. In some sense, I am the good guy that protect the the pure stone, but at the same time with my fears, with my experience, I am creating a prison and this is one of the points of the movie, no? All the people can the possibility to find the right way, but for some different reasons, all of them are confused, include my role in many aspects, no? And this is a good way to put over the table questions, no? Which is your side in this kind of war, no?
It's another interesting thing about this is I mean, is it legitimate to lie to protect the ones you love? I mean, that's the father-kid relationship. I mean, how is it gonna end if you build upon a lie? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And obviously, Pedro, aside from him, you worked with a brilliant ensemble cast. What was that like?
With the cast, well, I think that in one movie like this is very important the architecture, the vision of the director, and you have to feel that he knows where are we going, because you are seeing green walls, and you have to believe, and to believe you have to trust. Then the first point is this, and after, this is an incredible work. Usually the people wants to try the best. No, it's not possible all the time, but for sure this is a crew that has a very big commitment, no, to try to do this this construction during this number of weeks. You have to go and go with all, no. Then it's a good experience to be here and feel that we have something.
And Daniel, can you talk a little bit about the location and the music? Because I mean, even the opening song, is The Wanderer by Dion. It's so Tarantino-esque. It's brilliant. So, what are those choices for location and music like?
Well, I mean, I think that I'm a big fan of music in films, but I think there's a right song for each scene. You know what I mean? And at that point, I think that it was a statement in the opening scene of the movie that you mix the old and the new in the same track, and plus what they do in that scene. So I think that was a good choice to start with that one. I mean, throughout the film, I mean, there are few spots where you have specific tracks like the Bob Marley track, which it's not only because it's Bob Marley, because of what it says, I mean, it's something that we can say openly now. I mean, it's not a spoiler. I mean, this is Three Little Birds, which is Father, the Son, and Maria Pedraza's role. These are the Three Little Birds, right? That are going to play throughout the film. So there's kind of a conceptual approach to the songs that we choose for the film.
Oh, well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for speaking to me. I think we're out of time, but it was really lovely to meet you both. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.